Okay, so we're gonna continue with more examples. In the previous video we were dealing with the display bikes, and if we click and play, so this is the result. So you can see it in the command prompt. So I'm using let me see, I'm using the PowerShell. Yeah, I'm using the PowerShell, so you can use get bash or the command prompt. So what we are gonna do now is we are gonna create a ResultSet TableModel class, and now we're gonna be using Java graphics. So to do that, so I am in Visual Studio Code. So I'm in a window, so I'm gonna press Control plus Alt plus the Windows icon plus N. So Control Alt Windows N, all together, all at the same time. And now we're gonna create a new Java project like this. No build tools, and yes, in test we can just put it in test like that, and we are gonna name it just the ResultSet table model. So ResultSet table model. Okay, ResultSet table model, and you don't have to do it with camel notation because it's just the name of the folder. I just did it, but that's not important. The important thing is to use the camel notation here in the source. So we're gonna create a new file, and now we're gonna name it set. Let me see, it's gonna be the result set. Okay, it's gonna be the result set table model that Java, like that. Okay, so public class ResultSet table model. Oops. And let me close it. Yeah, let me save it, but the first letter, let me just do it with uppercase letter, so like that. Yeah, save it. Yeah, save it. So we have the public class, the ResultSet table model. Okay, let me see, this is gonna extend. So this class ResultSet table model is gonna extend class abstract model from the package javax that swing that table. So in first instance, what we are gonna do is we're gonna import, so okay, add table model that supply ResultSet to a JTable. So this is what it is, but we're gonna import java.sql. Java.sql that connection. Okay, and let me just copy this one and just move it right here. Let me see, connection statement driver result, 5 times, like that. So we are gonna use import java.sql that statement. So statement semicolon at the end, that's fine. We need the driver manager, that's fine. We also need the ResultSet, so we need the ResultSet and the ResultSet metadata. Okay, so this is a table model that supplies ResultSet data to a JTable. Okay, so this is gonna be a little bit different. And here again we're gonna import java.sql exception. So it's gonna be SQL exception. We ended up with semicolon. Yeah, that's fine. Finally, we're gonna have the import javax that swing because we're gonna extend that swing that table. Let me see, import javax that swing that table, and now we're gonna have the abstract table model. Okay, and yeah, this is the thing that we are gonna be using. So we have this public class ResultSet table model. So the first letter has to be uppercase letter, and then we use camel notation. Let me move the curly braces here, And since we are using the Java that's doing that table, that abstract model, we are gonna extend. So model, it's gonna extends abstract table model. So it's gonna be abstract table model, this one. Okay, save it. And here what we are going to be dealing with is going to be the result set rows and columns are counted from 1 in the JTable. Rows and columns are counted from 0 when processing. Result set rows or columns for use in a JTable. It is necessary to add 1 to the row or column number to manipulate the appropriate result set column. For example, the JTable column 0 is result set column 1 and JTable row 0 is result set row 1. And we're gonna see this in a minute. So first of all, we have the private, and it's gonna be the connection. So it's gonna be the connection, and then just connection, semicolon at the end. And we're gonna have, it's gonna be 5 private. So it's gonna be private statement. So it's gonna be private statement, and then just gonna be a statement, private result set. Let me see, result set, and it's gonna be result set. So result set, semicolon at the end. So we're gonna have private, let me see, private result set metadata, result set metadata, and then we're gonna have metadata. So it's gonna be metadata, semicolon at the end. Here we are gonna have in the private, and it's gonna be an integer, and the integer is gonna be number of rows, like that, semicolon at the end. Okay, let me see. So private integer number of rows. So result set metadata. Okay, that's fine. So here we are gonna keep track. So we're gonna keep track of the database of the DB. So we're gonna keep track of the DB connection status, like that. So we're gonna have a private boolean. So it's gonna be a private boolean. So a private boolean, and it's gonna be connected. It's gonna be connected to data, connected to database, and we are gonna set it to false. Okay, so private boolean, and it's gonna be connected to database, set to false. Okay, so now we're gonna have in the constructor. So it's gonna be the constructor initializes result set and obtains its metadata object, like that, object. And also it's gonna determines the number of rows. So again, determines the number of rows. Okay, so here we are gonna have a public. So it's gonna be public, and it's gonna be result set table model. So it's gonna be public, and it's gonna be result set this one, result set table model. Result set table model. We're gonna open parentheses, and inside of the parentheses we're gonna have the string URL. So it's gonna be the string URL, comma. We're gonna have a string, and the first letter in the string has to be uppercase letter. A string username. So a string username. Okay, URL, a string username. Let me go here. 1 2 3. It has to be a string password. Password, string password, and finally the string query. So a string query. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so this let me like that, and I'm gonna tab it. So that's fine. So this is gonna extend. So this extends I mean doesn't extend. It throws SQL exception. Okay, so we have so far this, let me close this one here. We have this public ResultSet table model that throws SQL exception, and we have all these arguments inside of the parentheses. So now what we are gonna do is we are gonna open curly braces. Okay, we're gonna open curly braces, and first of all we are gonna connect to the DB. So we're gonna connect to the database, to the DB. And to do that, you already know how to do it. So it's gonna be connection, and we're gonna set it to the driver manager. So connection, we set it to the driver manager that, so driver manager that get connection, and it already did it for us. So we have the driver manager that get connection URL, username, password, and the only thing that we lacked was the semicolon at the end, and now it's fine. Okay, so everything is working properly so far. We can go right here, and now we're gonna create a statement to query database. So we're gonna create a statement to query to query the database, like that. No, so to create this statement to query the database, we are going to need the statement. So remember that these are three, so connection, statement, the result set. So let's go for the statement. So we have the statement, we are going to set it to the connection statement. We are setting it to the connection that create the statement. So we are setting it to the connection, let me see, that create a statement. So connection that create a statement, and yeah, we can end it with a semicolon at the end. But here inside of the parentheses, what we are gonna do is we're gonna have the result set. So it's gonna be the result, this one is gonna be the result set that type. Let me see, it's gonna be a result set that type underscore scroll underscore insensitive. Okay, that's fine. And then we are gonna have the result set, the result set, this one, result set that conquer underscore read only. That's fine, that's perfect. And we ended up with a close the parentheses, semicolon at the end. That's fine. Okay, so we're gonna update the DB. We're gonna update the DB connection, update the connection status. Status, like that. And here we're gonna have the connected to database, and this time we are gonna set it to true, semicolon at the end. So this is how we update the connection status. Connected to the database, true. Now we are gonna have set query and executed. So it's gonna be set query and executed. Set query and executed. So it's just gonna be set query and just gonna pass in query, like that, semicolon at the end. And this would be the end. So this would be the end of the constructor. So this would be the end of the constructor. Result set table model, like that. And it result set table model. So this is set so far, but we are almost this is about like a 200 lines of code, or 180. so we are still 1/4 of this whole project. So let's keep moving. Now we're gonna have get class that represents column type. So we go here. So this is get class. So it's gonna be get class that represents column type, like that. Okay, so no, let me close this. And now we are gonna have this public class. So we're gonna have a public class, and it has to be this one, uppercase letter C for class. So it's gonna be a public class get column class. So it's gonna be get column class. Okay, so get column class. Use camel notation. And inside of the parentheses we're gonna have this variables of type integer, and it's gonna be column. Okay, and this throws, and it's gonna throw illegal access, illegal stay exception. So it's gonna be illegal. Let's look it up. So let me see, illegal stay exception. There's one, illegal stay exception. That's fine. We open curly braces, and now we're gonna ensure that the database connection is available. Okay, let me see. So ensure database connection is available. If not connected to the database, if not connected to database, so we are using this update, and this is the negation, the exclamation mark. So if not connected to database, 1 2 3, we're gonna throw new and then illegal statement. So illegal, what is this? Okay, illegal state exception. So let's use this one. Throw new illegal state exception. We open parentheses, and here we're gonna have a string, and the string is gonna say not connected to DB. That's it. Not connected to the database, or just to database. To be clearer. Semicolon at the end. That's fine. Let me see. So we're gonna determine Java class of column. So it's gonna be determine Java class of column. Okay, so we're gonna have the try and catch. So it's gonna be the try. This one is gonna be the try and catch, and let's delete this, and we are gonna, well, we can leave it for that, this exception, or just change it to exception. Okay, so in the try, so you can just leave it like that, or maybe move it like this. So it's easier to read, and we can also move it like this. That would be I think that's easier on the eye. Let me see. So we have a string, and this is gonna be a class name, string class name. This is gonna be metadata. So string class name metadata that get column count. Okay, so string class name, we are setting it to the metadata that get column class name, get column, this one, class name, and we are gonna pass in the variable column, and we're gonna increment it by 1 semicolon at the end. Save it so far, and let me see this variable column. It comes from this, and we created an integers. Let me see, we have an integer number of rows, but we also have an integer here. Let me see. Yeah, this integer column. Okay, so let's continue. Yeah, so we have this string, and yeah, we don't need that much, so we're just gonna return. Yeah, we can just put it like here, or maybe here like this, and we're gonna return class. We're gonna return class object that represents class name, like that. So to do that, we just put return class that for name and just class name, so semicolon at the end, and this will be the end of the try. And now we're gonna dealing with the catch. So now we're gonna have the exception. You can just leave it like that, or you can put an exception. Okay, sometimes it doesn't work if you just leave it with a single lowercase letter e, so you can just type the whole word exception. Okay, so inside of the catch we're gonna have the exception that print a stack trace, so it's gonna be exception that print, yeah, is stack trace. So I did it automatically for us, so maybe we'll move it like this as well. Yeah, this will be the end of the catch, obviously, and this one, let me see, this one would be the end of the method get column class. So if you go right here, is the end of the method. This is the method get column class. So yeah, we can put it like, oops, we can put it like here, end of method get column class, like this. And yeah, we're gonna part this whole project in maybe 3 videos, because there is a lot of lines of code, but let's keep pushing it as much as we can. So we have the end of method get column class, that's fine. Right here we are gonna have, now we're gonna get number of columns in ResultSet. So we're gonna get number of columns. We're gonna get number of columns in ResultSet. Okay, so how to do that? So get number of columns in ResultSet, and we're gonna have this public, and we're gonna have an integer, and it's gonna be the get column. So it's gonna be get column count. So let me see, get column count. Okay, so this is gonna be a public integer, get column count, camel notation, nothing in the parentheses, and again it's gonna throws illegal state exception. So illegal state exception, and yeah, we open curly braces to the next line. And now what we want here is we want to ensure, we want to ensure the database connection. So the database connection is available, so it's available like this. So if we open parentheses, so we're gonna have a statement, a condition, if not, then connected to database. So, and this connected to database comes from, well, that one, and this one, it comes from the update DB connection status that we are setting it to the boolean true. So it comes from lines 36 in this project. So let's continue. So if not connected to database, I'm just gonna tab. So we're gonna throw new, and it's gonna be illegal state exception, throw new illegal stay exception, and again we're just gonna pass in the string, so not connected to database, like that. So semicolon at the end, that's fine. Now let's put it here, and now we're gonna determine, so we're gonna determine the number of columns, so the number of columns, like that. And to do that, we're gonna use the try and catch, and let's just delete this, and again I'm just gonna put exception, like that, and let's just leave it like that, but let me try. So here again we're gonna return, and this is gonna be the meta dot get column count, so it's gonna be return metadata that get column count, return metadata that get column count, semicolon at the end. This is the end of the try. That's it, that is the end of the try. So now in the catch, okay, in the catch, what we have in the catch, so we have SQL exception and then SQL exception. So yeah, we just need to put SQL exception, and here SQL exception. Yeah, SQL exception. Oops. Let me see. SQL exception, that's fine, and then SQL exception, this time with uppercase E. Okay, so now we're gonna have the SQL exception that print the stack trace, so that's SQL exception that print stack trace, and this is the end of the catch. And just below of the try and catch, or just below of the catch, or outside of the try and catch, we are gonna return 0, semicolon at the end. So if problems occur above, return 0 for number of columns. Okay, so and this will be the end of the method get column count. So let's continue a little bit, and then we can just let's do the another method, and we can end it like that. So we're gonna go right here, and this time we're gonna get name of a particular column in ResultSet. Okay, so we're gonna get name, so we're gonna get name of a particular column, and result set, like that. And we are gonna have now is gonna be, let me see, we're gonna have the public string, so it's gonna be a public string. Okay, it's gonna be public string get column, so get column name, like that. So in the parentheses we're gonna have an integer, and it's gonna have a column, so we're gonna have an integer and then the column, and this one is gonna throws, and it's gonna be illegal state exception. Yeah, that's fine, throws illegal state exception. And now we're gonna open curly braces, so again it's pretty much the same, so it's gonna ensure database connection is available. So if not connected to database, okay, so it's not connected to database, so we're gonna throw new, and it's gonna go illegal, so it's gonna go illegal state exception, so we're gonna throw new illegal state exception. Oops. And it's just gonna be not connected to database. Okay, that's fine, semicolon at the end. And again we're gonna this is the try and catch, so it's pretty much the same. Okay, pretty much the same, but similar but not the same. So we have this, we can just put it like that, and this would be SQL exception and then SQL exception like that. Okay, so yeah, this is the try and catch. Let me put it here. That would be just try and catch like that. Okay, inside of the curly braces of the try, yeah, I think it's better like that. Here we are gonna return the metadata, so we're gonna return metadata that get column count. We're gonna and we are gonna have the column, so we're gonna have the column plus one semicolon at the end. That's fine. So this will be the end of the try. Now we're gonna go for the catch. Okay, so we have the SQL exception. So here we're gonna have SQL exception that, let me see, SQL exception upper camera notation. Now we're gonna have in the print struct trace. That's fine as well. So that would be the end of the catch. And finally we're gonna return 0. Okay, so we're gonna return, oops, no, not 0, we're gonna return an empty set of double quotes. So if problems, we're gonna return empty string for column name. So, and this will be the end of the method get column name. So this will be the end of the method get column name. And let's just leave this video for now, and let's continue in the next video.